anxiety is on the rise among young children and teenagers.
Yeah, a new survey found that 75% of parents noticed their kids struggling with mental health over the past year. And anxiety is the #1 symptom parents were able to spot. Now, one way parents may be able to help is by taking a look at their own worries and concerns.
Yeah, Sissy Goff is a licensed therapist and author of the book, The Worry-Free Parent. She joins us with 5 ways a parent's anxiety can certainly impact children. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you all so much for having me.
Well, so let me ask you first off, can parents pass their anxiety on to their children and vice versa?
Yes, without ever intending to. And as y'all said, we're now looking at 1 in 4 kids, 1 in 3 adolescents, girls twice as likely as boys. And if, as a parent, you have anxiety, your kids are 7 times more likely to deal with it themselves.
Okay, so let's talk about some ways that parents unknowingly do this.
Yes.
Something called sidecar parenting.
Yes.
So like backseat driving?
I know, kind of like that. So I've been counseling kids and families for 30 years, and I'm seeing it so much, and I'm seeing it impact kind of in 5 different ways. One of them is sidecar parenting. And I don't know if y'all remember the old Adam West Batman with Robin in the sidecar.
I wanted to be on that side.
I know, slinging around the streets. And often for those parents, their children feel a lot like them, and so they think, if this is what was going on with me, that's certainly what's going on with them.
Wow. Right.
It's kind of that idea of transference.
Yeah,
and it might not be.
It makes such sense. So some parents worry about how they'll look if their children fail, and they might not realize what they're doing as a result of that.
Yes, I would call those the backhoe parents.
Okay.
So we're kind of cleaning up behind them. Literally, I know a family who tried to sue a school over their child not being elected to the student government.
Wow.
I'm going to clean up after them because
Right.
their failure reflects on me.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they were trying to help their kids, but
Instead of try again next year.
yeah, exactly. We learn resilience through that.
Love that. Okay, so I love these names. Snowplow parenting.
Yes.
What is that?
You know, the snowplow's going ahead, trying to clear out the moguls for us, and it's the same idea. I'm going to take all the bumps out of your path so you don't have to hit them, instead of realizing that's how kids really do develop resilience and strength.
It's hard because you feel like each one of those examples you want to protect, and I think that's the bottom line. All parents want to protect their children. So what's the best way to go about it without going too far?
Well, I think allowing your kids to do hard things and reminding them that they can. We talk often about what are 2 things you're doing for your kids right now that they can do for themselves? What are 2 things you're doing for them that they can almost do for themselves? And back up and let them figure those out.
So kind of easing up the reins.
Yes, and reminding them you can do hard things. You can do this. You're capable.
Okay, this next one is something that parade float parenting. What is that? Does it involve a wave?
Yes, it involves lots of fun, confetti. I would say my mom was a parade float parent, and when I was growing up, when a dog would die, we would get the same kind of dog the same day and name it the same thing.
No!
What? Isn't that funny? I know. I think she just so didn't want us to be sad.
To make everything okay.
To make everything okay and fun. And of course, I noticed they shrank.
But then you're not hitting those different emotions that you really do need
You're
to.
not allowing kids to grieve and you to help them work through it.
Right. All right, and finally, helicopter parenting. We've heard a lot about that because there's a lot of jokes about this oftentimes, but we do see it more and more because there are a lot of things you want to protect your children from.
I know. And again, stress inoculates kids against stress. So we want to give them opportunities to learn to work through things when we can help them and support them.
You mentioned this really allowing the children to kind of navigate these emotions and life trials helps them build resilience. Why is that important for them?
I would say I'm seeing less resilience among kids than I've ever seen. I think kids don't believe they're capable, which is heartbreaking, and I think it only increases the anxiety that we see as so prevalent. Whereas when they feel capable, it's really going to offset that.
What do you do to make sure parents are worry-free with all this? Because there's a lot out there, from what's going on online to what's going on in schools to what's just, mental health. What do you do to help with the parent in some of these cases understand it's okay to release a little bit, but not too much?
Well, I think the biggest thing is a parent's got to do their own work because the anxiety does trickle down. And so for parents,
do you hide it then? Do you hide it from the kids?
No, I think you maybe talk to a counselor yourself. You have a trusted friend. With the Worry-Free Parent, I have a workbook to help parents kind of dig into what's going on inside of them. So I think you pay attention to not only your body and how anxiety impacts you, but the things you do that spill over into the lives of your
Oh,
kids.
so good to hear.
Well, Sissy, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I still want to ride in the sidecar.
I'll go with you.
All right.
I love it.
Thank you. All right, for more tips on managing anxiety or to purchase the Worry-Free Parent, you can follow Sissy on Instagram. Her information is right there on your screen.